you're definitely right. I have a story about that. I grew up in a very, very, very bad neighborhood, and have as a result faced some very, very unsavory characters and some very unsavory circumstances. And then, I'm just doing my thing, and I drive a very, very crappy car, which I'm very, very happy with, and I once in a while play, and I'm very, very proud of that. And then you see this guy, a lot of guys that I know, they grew up in suburbia, and they are pushing this kind of thing, this product thing. They have a certain way they dress, a certain car that they have, they're blaring certain music, they're driving like this whole kind of thing, and you think, if push came to shove, they would be crying for mommy to come and bail them out of jail. Definitely. And it's pretty amazing. It really is how much we use products to try and define ourselves.
And not only that, going back to that point, going to bad neighborhoods because cars and things are something that is very valued, and it shows a lot about who you are. When you go into bad neighborhoods, you can find someone who don't have any money or a house, but they have a car sitting on 22.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because they want to be something that
when they drive around, somebody thinks that they're rich.
Right, and they don't even have a house.
Yeah, no food in the fridge. Yet your clothes are $100 jeans,
Right.
nice shoes, no money in your bank account. Can't take the girl out on a date.
Standing
Boy,
section.
whatever. Yeah. I think they used to call those scrubs in the 90s, but we won't go there. We want to move on here as fast as we can. God knows we spent too long on that. One of the things we want to talk about as well, or just mention, is the idea of parents hiring life coaches for $43,000 to get their kids into college. Absolutely ridiculous. Stop it if you're doing it. And also too that a big thing is that leads us to the next topic, is that parents just don't know how to actually be parents anymore, it seems like. Anyone want to touch on that?
I just want to read this paragraph because I really couldn't believe this when I read it, but it's talking about the life coach guy, and it says his full service plan begins in the student's sophomore year and costs $43,000. That buys the family virtually unlimited access to Goodman, who's a life coach, a very smart and kind man. He will help select a child's extracurricular activities, summer plans, courses, test preparation programs, and sports regime. If the child signs up junior year, the service only costs you $29,000.
Only.
What if the child wants to do something for himself?
The child doesn't have any choices anymore.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then when they get older, they don't know how to make their own choices, and they end up
Right.
screwing up and
When
doing stupid things.
When they actually go to college, when they have their own choices, they either make the wrong ones or just go buck wild, and then they're screw-ups.
I think that's for lazy parents, or parents who don't have time to focus on their children.
They're too busy making the
No
boatloads of
money.
money
to pay for
dollars
it.
to pay him.
right, to do that for them.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure all of us we're all in MBA programs, so I'm sure we all had our fair share of extracurricular activities in high school and did well for ourselves. So, I mean, my parents didn't have to pay $43,000, and I survived. I don't know.
Yeah, most definitely. All those bar fights finally worked out. All right. What the hell did I write here? Oh, what you do, how you appear.
It's not
yeah.
what you do that matters, it's how you appear.
Yeah, there we go. And something else, another topic that I want to discuss, it kind of leads us into the next part, which is it's not what we do anymore. It seems that Dick is trying to motion here. It's how we appear. It seems that appearance is part of this kind of phoniness that we're talking about within our society. Essentially, we're trying to keep up airs, for the most part. So it's, it seems that we're building up a shell with regard to who we are, and people see that shell. And it's not necessarily what we have on the background that we're actually doing that's making the difference. And how do we feel about that?
I mean, I think that just goes straight back into, the person who is wearing the $300 jeans and the Gucci jacket or whatever, and isn't really rich, or doesn't really have the money, but they spent it there just so that their appearance looks like that. But then what are they trying to get from that? Are they trying to date somebody? and get somebody, and then when they do date somebody, does the person realize that that's not who they are, or what's going to happen there? I mean, I don't know.
When I first read the statement, I immediately thought of like celebrities who go to like Africa and do all these huge community service projects, and so they appear to be doing like all these great things, which they are. I'm not like downgrading anything they do over there, but there's plenty of people in the United States who are doing small things every day in their community that never get any credit, and so it's kind of like the one on one side, this person appears better, but they're doing the exact same things as these people who are actually like going and doing.
Yeah. I think that's definitely a valid point. I think that with regard to this kind of facade that we are putting up, it's kind of coming into conflict with what we believe, because we believe in our society, we're kind of founded on these principles of it's what you do that makes you the man that you are, makes you the woman that you are. It's not, it kind of goes back to the same idea of it's not the name that you bear, not the title that you carry. And today it seems that we're kind of falling back into these kind of ideas of how people see us. And if people see you as a noteworthy person, or someone who is of good character, you just have to keep up that facade. You don't actually have to be that person.
Yeah.
It's kind of a scary thing.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of a scary thing to think about. You can go ahead and answer if you want to. Oh yeah, and and this also leads us into another point about materialism, which is Americans aren't happy with the amount of things that they have compared to. Americans have a lot of things, yet they still aren't happy with. They have all these advantages, yet they still aren't happy. Maya's trying to make this point, and what do we think about this? I would like to hear from Marvin.
I would say,
Time to talking.
I would say, I think from the time you're born, like even going through school, you're taught to always do better, always to achieve for more. So when you get out into the real world, or when you grow up, whatever, you always want that next best thing. Because if you become satisfied, then I guess you fail. So I think with that coming up as from a little kid to when you're grown, as you're always thinking, I need to get more, there's something more to get. So if it's to get that better job, or it's to get that bonus, or to get that bigger house, or whatever it is, we just have that desire to get more and more and more. So it just drives us to keep going. And I think that's what makes people successful. Although maybe not to have that total focus on just getting material things, but that's kind of what drives us to finish school, to go to graduate school, to go to medical school, wherever you're going to go. That drive to have those things, to get better things, it drives us to succeed in life. So.
And I think you definitely touched on something that's important, is that it seems to me that this is more human behavior than anything else, more than even based in our culture. I'm sure, in some cultures it's not like that, but it seems that from an instinctual level, we have this tendency to want to be better than others in our society.
And I think this is a good thing, but you have to have the right motives behind it. You want to better yourself. You don't want to just be better than someone sitting next to you. You want to be better for yourself, and you don't want to make more money to buy a Porsche. You want to make more money to provide for your family, so that they have the things they need to have a life. Like, I think that's a good point that he's trying to make. Like, you want to move up the ladder, and you want to grow for the right reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think the statement looks really bad, like on paper when you read it, but I think it's also easy to forget that what we're surrounded with every day, like, we don't always realize what advantages we do have because we're just so used to it. It's like everybody gets the chance to go to school, or everybody, this is just how it is, and we forget that in other parts of the world that's not necessarily true, because it's not what we're exposed to.
Okay.
Well, even here with we were, I had great parents, and I was given the compass that I needed to go in the right direction, but some people aren't given that as kids, and they don't succeed, or they get into drugs and stuff like that, and so everybody needs a compass to move in the right direction, I think.
Most definitely, and that gets back to essentially the family again. And